last 15 years, I made about 600 euros. So,
Wow.
but
Are a lot of those in the hotel as well?
and I think your gallery to give a lot of chance to a lot of artists to make their promotions and to make them believe in themselves.
We are in the future already, by the way.
We are in the
And it's
future now.
accelerating very quickly, I
To
would.
find something that where can you can be happy only. So hello, today. I'm fine. Dino, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Nice to finally put a face to the artist. It's always great. And
Yeah, yeah, the same.
you're based right now in Tbilisi, right?
Yeah. Now I'm
Awesome.
here.
Excellent. I see
As everywhere, I think.
you have some of your amazing works in the background. So
Yeah.
we're obviously
This is
really,
one of my last works. This is the so if you see my Instagram, so it
yeah.
was one of the last paintings. This is
Are you into
surfers.
surfing? Are you into surfing yourself or?
So I just tried last year on Bali. So
Okay.
it was
Awesome.
a good experience. But
Yeah.
as for me, it's great. To see the ocean, to see the people which making it.
Yeah.
I think it's very inspired for me.
That's amazing. Yeah. No, it's really cool. I really, I've seen your works quite for some time now, and what I really admire most is kind of the mix of colors because it's very like, how do I say it? Very beachy, yet like matte and modern at the same time, and like tropical and very vibrant at the same time. So I really like the mix of colors that you
Oh,
use,
thank you so much.
and
I hope.
also the blending of a lot of the colors. It's really nice and unique. But yeah, I of course I want to get through a lot of stuff, but before anything else, if maybe you can give the audience a bit of an intro. I know that you have a Russian background, but you're now in Tbilisi. You have a very kind of diverse background of events that have kind of led you to where you are today, based on the brief conversations that we've had. But maybe you can give the audience a bit of an intro and let us know kind of when you got started into art and what kind of pushed you in that direction from the get-go.
Yeah, it's I just want to start from maybe 10 or 15 years ago. So I live in Moscow. I have my own architectural and design studio. So I make some design projects with decorations and visualization and other way. And one time it was happened, my client called me to Tbilisi. He asked me to help him to make a boutique hotel in the heart of Tbilisi. So it was very exciting for me. So 10 years ago, it was the first time I came to Tbilisi. Um, and I was very expression with this country because it's very beautiful. There is a lot of mountains, rivers, and it's very tasty food. So there is interesting culture and language. Everything is perfect and very interesting for me. And when we make the design project with my friends, at the end of the project, and when we plan the grand opening, maybe 2 or 3 weeks to grand opening, we found out ourselves that we don't have any decoration, any paintings in the rooms, in the lobby, in the restaurant, nowhere. So, and we decided to make it on site inside the hotel. So we have 10 days, and I and my friend um, making this picture in a penthouse room. So we make it as a studio with plastics and tables and other. And after that, we make 200 pictures. So it was as for me, it was a great experience. And after that's all, I stand on the balcony and see what we've done on the sun. I decided at that time that I want to live that this way. I don't want any architectural, any designs, any pictures, any plans and sections. I hate it. So I decided to make an art, and that way changed my life. And in a 5 years ago after, so I try I try to post any pictures on Instagram. So my wife told me that I need to have my own social media, so and post it. And maybe in a month, some galleries try to connect with me. So you need to come to London, to Miami. You should show your pictures, your art, and in 2080 um, the first gallery was Brick Lane Gallery from London, and I come to them, bring them picture, and so there is no any sales, but they asked me to give them this picture. I don't know how to say in English, sorry.
Yeah, as a commission based, right? In other words, if it
Yeah,
sells, then
yeah.
they would hold it there. Yeah, I mean,
And
we're
after,
really familiar with Brick Lane Gallery, of course, and a lot of the ones you mentioned, and I think it's quite unique in many ways the way you got started.
as
Um,
as for me, it was a great experience as an artist, so it was very excited.
I think it's probably one of the best ways to get into the art scene, believe it or not. I would say so, and particularly because our team really. I mean, we have this whole unique vision, and you know about it briefly because we've talked before. How much I love hotels and how passionate we are about hotels, and I think also the importance of art being in hotels.
Yeah.
It's just so crucial and so important. Not just for the hotels themselves. I feel like that it wasn't just your hotel, but there's so many different hotels that are in this position where they finish the hotel, and now where do you get the artworks, or where do you get
Yeah.
started with the decoration? There's a lot more to it. So and I think it's just, part of the experience, right? Within a hotel, to make sure that the people that are there get a very memorable scene, something really enjoyable, something really admirable, something that is unique. It's not like your typical hotel. And I think art plays just such a big role it's basically at the forefront of all of
And I
this.
think it's very important thing when you have a short time to make the decorations and to make any paintings. So you don't have any time to think about it. So you just doing more and more and more, and this is when you see it after maybe 1 month or 1 year, so you see it as a very incredible thing. So maybe it's done another man, not me. It
Yeah,
was something from the space.
yeah.
Maybe I don't know how to explain, but I think you understand.
No, absolutely. And I mean it's something that you always you always link to the place, right? So oh,
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
hotel with this artwork, or that's the hotel with this sculpture,
So
et
so
cetera,
you
et
live
cetera.
there, so you make yeah.
You make a picture in your head that stays there, and you kind of associate it with the place in many ways, I would say. And talk to me about Tbilisi in general. I mean, is it really artistic city? I know that many people are not super familiar. I would say, well, maybe more with the country itself, but not so much with the city. I mean, have you enjoyed there? Have you met a lot of artistic other artists, and has that also in a way
Oh,
inspired you
oh,
to?
you know, Tbilisi is a fantastic city. So here a lot of local artists, local musicians, jazz bands, and the other. So it's very cultural city. So this is the capital of the Georgia, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And what do you enjoy most
So
about the whole art scene? Obviously, you started in the architecture scene, and you kind of coincidentally, came across the art world, and obviously, you by seeing your art, I can obviously tell in some way, shape, or form that you have a little bit of an architectural background, just kind of in the shapes and the geometry of your art a little bit. Um, what kind of got you steered into this whole direction? I know that obviously you had the boutique hotel and everything that needed art, but what kind of made you stay and kind of 100% focus on this industry, if you will?
You mean about Tbilisi or
In
um,
general about you staying in the art scene because obviously you moved from architecture through this whole project hotel project now obviously pretty much for the most part 100% in the art scene. What is it about art that really kind of inspired you to stay and to obviously dedicate, most of your time now into the art world?
as for me, I'm inspired, but with everything. So I go to walk across with my kids, or um, you can see very beautiful nature in Georgia. So you need 1 hour and a half to get the mountains with the snow, and you can get the sea in 4 hours by
Wow.
car. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So this is a unique country. So you have just go for a walk, and everything is fine.
In terms of safety there, is it relatively safe or is it
Yeah,
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 it is.
yeah. It's very
Okay.
safe country. Yeah, it's very good to live with the family.
That
So I live not far from my studio, so it's very good. It's very good
that's
for
really
me.
good to know. How much Alexei, did the whole situation going on right now in Russia obviously is not it's by no means it's obviously a tough situation right now. How much of that has impacted you to kind of stay in the art scene and have you been able to kind of transmit any of that into the type of work that you do? Or is there anything else that kind of inspired? Because obviously your paintings are quite unique and they're quite diverse in terms of, what you put in the canvas. I mean, obviously you have there, some surfers on one side, so you can easily tell. And then to the left, you have, just this kind of melancholic woman just staring down at the floor in a way. It's
I don't try to receive any hard emotions about my divorce with my country. I'm just trying to think about the future, that it will be better than now, and I hope it will be in a short time. It will be finished. So
yeah.
I don't want that the people will die, and my parents live in the Russia, so as for me, it's very hard to understand it.
Yeah, I can totally imagine that. That's
But
really,
but 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 I don't try to receive these emotions
yeah,
to the canvas.
yeah,
Because it's hard to understand it, and if you will try to paint it, so it will be. As for me, maybe I die.
yeah, yeah. I can totally see that. And on the contrary, do you kind of try to put stuff in canvas that is really inspiring and uplifting? Because I see that a lot of the mix of your colors are really, in many ways, like tropical and kind of very vibrant colors in a way, but very modern like because they have kind of that like pale matte sense. So I think it's quite unique. But when you start most of these, do you kind of have a picture of what you're gonna create, or is it kind of like in the moment as you go, or do you do a lot of
So sometimes I just make a picture on my phone, and some sketches, and maybe on the computer make some sketches and collages. And as for me, the painting, it's more important as the process. I don't think about the final cut of this painting. As for me, I just have a glass of white wine.
Okay, that helps you get
Just
inspired. Yeah,
turn on great music, and try to play with the brushes as a
yeah,
dance,
yeah.
yeah, on the canvas. So I think the process is one of the important thing of this.
What is it that you enjoy most about about the whole art process? Is it more the process itself, or is it kind of at the end just seeing the reaction of the people that are looking at your art?
I think everything is important,
Yeah.
but the most important is the process.
And do you do a lot of commission work? In other words, do you have a lot of customers telling you to create this or create that, or most of your works are unique in the sense that you kind of do
Yeah,
everything based on your photography?
most of works what I have already sold. So I don't have in my studio any ready works. Maybe 5 or 10, maybe. But for last 15 years, I made about 600 works. So,
Wow.
but
Are a lot of those in the hotel as well?
yeah,
Awesome.
200,
Two
two
coun
hundred.
two
Yeah,
countries. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. And by the way, are you working with other hotels as well for in terms of placing your art, or is it pretty much
No, this is the this
this
is
is
the
the main one?
yeah, only one. But I make a lot of works for my projects, and I have a lot of friends who is an architect and designers, and they always ask me, Alexei, come on, make something with the textile, with the structure. Come on, let's go to see it in a place. And so because as I'm a designer, so I always pay a lot of attention. Where is the sun? Where is the windows? What kind of colors of the walls and textile structure or something else? And I try to receive it to the paintings.
And
So
and in terms of your art and architecture, what do you see any kind of similarities, and do you see by any means any sort of benefits that you've received basically from your experience as an architect
yeah,
that you've
yeah.
got put it into
I
canvas?
think it's maybe 50% of the happiness. So it's the architect and design.
Is that more, you would think, your ability to kind of visualize spaces and visualize exactly what would benefit for that space, or is it also more kind of seen in your technique in terms of how you sketch and how you obviously paint in canvas?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And did it also help with the with your sketches and your drawings and kind of seeing exactly what you're going to put on canvas as well and visualizing that as well?
Yeah, yeah. Because at first, I'm long time ago, I make the visualization in a 3D programs, and I make some sketches, some my own sketches in a painting techniques, and put them in a visualization, and and the customers ask me where I can buy it. So I want this one in that size and that color. So who can make it? So I just okay. I will try to do it, and so it was like a hobby.
Yeah,
But after the hotel, it was the
yeah, I can totally imagine.
yeah.
That's really cool. And yeah, so talk to me about the hotels. How do you see kind of, art um, in hotels and in public spaces in the
Yeah.
future? And do you see the role? How do you see the role of digital screens in them? Do you feel like it takes a little bit away um, from the way you see art, or do you feel like it also gives an opportunity to not only display more artists, but at the same time maybe even show the process of how art is created?
I think it's a good idea to make some monitors with digital art. I think it's very good. So I know the projects gallery so make it. So I think it's a very good idea. And also, I hope it's a good idea to make the mix. So I think it's better to show the artists who make the art, and I think, as you know, because I pay a lot of attention in the process, so to show to other people what is the process, and it will be a great idea to make a digital projection to showing in case of that.
So you feel like there's still in a way a need to obviously see the physical art, but you
Yeah,
you see most of
the
the
physical art and digital art
and digital.
also.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
on the digital side, you feel like obviously the most one of the most highly beneficial things is that you could also showcase the how you
yeah,
created it, right?
yeah,
Of
yeah,
course.
yeah.
What?
Because the creation it's also digital art. So
Yeah.
when you listen to music and you see that people movement, so he make the brush. So you can see on my Instagram, I'm sometimes just seeing
And
and
and and I
try to show it.
I really love it, I have to say, because I think, and not just your art itself, kind of the way you present the art, call it your energy is really
Well, thank you
uplifting,
so
which
much.
I like. You know, the in art, I think it's really crucial that there's so many artists, and so many artists have great and talented work, but sometimes the energy is not just not there. It's just dull, and it depends on what you're looking for, right? Because sometimes, you're really looking for melancholic energy, for very sadness energy, and other people like really uplifting art. And I think you fall right under that gap, which is great, because there's also at the same time a very modern look and feel to your art, which I really, really like that. Not just about your art itself, but also definitely about you. Um, just wanted to ask you also, Alexei, most of your artworks that you do are they quite relatively big in terms of size, like the ones you have behind, or do you go kind of big and small? And do you enjoy more doing bigger artworks, or?
I like big works. So maybe you can see. So I have
Oh, that's excellent. I think I've seen that one before, by the way. Yeah.
maybe this one or
Yeah.
something like that. So I love the big sizes.
Big
You know.
sizes. Yeah. A lot of people always say that, especially nowadays, I think a lot of people still look for obviously big sizes. Just going a little bit more on the social media side, because, we are obviously in a way integrated at the helm of all of this. How has social media helped you kind of grow your presence in the art industry? And what has been kind of the most beneficial way of doing that for you?
For now, it's the best way is Instagram because my customers when I make the art, so I try to post it, the process, and sometimes they trying to ask me for whom are you making that this way. So and they try to buy it in the process.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is the one of the best way for me to sell the art.
So do you find that most of the time the customers are coming to you based on what you're showcasing, or are you
Yeah,
finding, yeah, you don't really have to go out to the customers too much based on the type of artwork that you're doing? And I mean, I totally see
and
that because,
and also a lot of customers come to after the exhibitions also.
okay. Do you have any upcoming exhibitions soon that maybe you want to let some of the viewers?
But 2 weeks ago it was a good exhibition in the heart of Tbilisi
Yeah.
also,
Okay.
and it was good. And there was some sailings, good
Yeah.
sailings.
Okay. That's awesome. Do you Most of the works that you sell are usually local or international or a mix of both? And do you find it that a lot of your
International
collectors?
also both.
Yeah. Okay.
I have the collectors also.
What would you say is, because obviously there's a lot of artists that are watching this that are starting, and some of them really, I would say some are struggling, some are not. I think some have really just defined the whole art thing with struggling in a way, which is to some extent not such a good thing. But if you were to kind of say what has been the most difficult challenges for you as an artist, and how have you been able to overcome these challenges? If you want to maybe share some of those, what has been the most difficult part? Has it been the selling process? Has it been the creation? You know, and how and any kind of tips that you have for those up and young coming artists that are just maybe starting.
I think everything is hard, but also it's pretty also at the same time. um, as you know, maybe for all of artists, it's hard to believe in yourself at first. So sometimes a lot of artists making their art in a table only, and it's hard to make some video process, some photos, some promotions. So, and I think your gallery to give a lot of chance to a lot of artists to make their promotions and to make them believe in themselves.
No, oh, thank you. That's we really, really, we really, really take every positive feedback very seriously and negative as well, by the way. I always highlight this in every single one of our interviews because our team works really, really hard on the back end of these showcases, and we get all kinds of, we get artists that are completely happy with it, artists that are not so satisfied. We got artists that, they come in with the impression of thinking they're going to come out in Times Square and they're going to make 1,000 sales. When it's always a mix of different things. It just really depends on the strategy that you're after. A lot of the artists that come to our showcases, they make most of the sales from actually re-showcasing, them being on the big screen than in social media.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it's a little bit of a two-step process. It's a whole PR thing around it. It's how you approach it. So there's a lot more to it in that sense. It just really depends on what you're looking for. And I think exposure is just such a key part, because I always find that there's so much talent out there that that is not seen. So that's kind of where we come and putting artists in such unique locations, which was kind of my next question, actually. How do you feel about displaying art in very unique landmarks and outside, such as Times Square, Piccadilly that we've done, Las Vegas Strip, Miami Art Basel, all these different places. What for you has been the
Yeah,
most
I think it's very interesting thing, and also today I got the email that you are planning to make
the Black Cabs?
posting on a London caps. So I think
Yes,
it's very interesting. Yeah, with QR code is
yes. Hopefully we'll see
you
you
can,
there as well.
yeah. Yeah, I think I
Yeah,
think it's
we
a good idea, and displays also. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely. And the beauty about the display is that you can also eventually put it in different places, which is always kind of being our long-term vision, and it's very unique that you're highly involved also in the
Because I think you can make it more professional because a lot of artists make just homemade pictures
yeah.
and it's don't look very incredible. So when you make it and when you give the artist perfect chance cross pairing, so
Do
I
you
think it's a good idea.
Do you feel that the screens are going to become a major component in the near future? In other words, do you see artists and art collectors having screens, since screens are becoming obviously cheaper and cheaper? TVs nowadays, not just TVs, monitors in
Yeah.
general, and they're becoming more. You have now, I think, this e-ink technology where you can mimic kind of the way an artwork looks. Do you see that becoming more and more common in households? Like, for example, you having one in your house in every corner with different works of art, kind of in rotational
Yeah,
mode.
yeah, maybe I think so.
And how do you see the same on, say, hotels and restaurants and galleries? I know that we talked about a mix of physical and digital. Do you also see that in outdoor spaces and lobbies and stuff like that?
Yeah, yeah, I think so. It's a good idea to in the streets or on the facades of the buildings. So I think it's a very good idea.
That's really good.
So
And
I think people need to see it because art make them better, better.
in terms of digital art, Alexei,
Yeah.
and obviously there's this blockchain, there's NFTs, there's a whole different set of new things that are becoming involved. How do you see the role of art playing in this field? Do you think that a lot of the digital stuff is going to become more known? Is it hurting in a way, kind of traditional artistry, or do you feel that? Um, it's going to become more the norm that there's always going to be a digital part in some of the art process.
As for me, I don't very deeply know about the NFT. So I heard about it. I've seen a lot of them, but I don't have 100% believing in this. So I think that um, the traditional art is more understandable for me and for my customers, for my clients. But maybe I am rather bit old for this.
You're definitely not old, that's for sure. I will tell you that 100%.
So sometimes I ask my kids just help me with my phone, and so just to make um, some things with the programs and applications.
But
you know.
do you yourself use any sort of digital kind of tools as well in terms of your art
Yeah,
creation
yeah, yeah,
process?
yeah. As you know, I just know the programs like 3D Max and Photoshop and
Yeah.
others. So I make my videos to post in Instagram. So I do it myself, but also trying to ask to help me with something.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the time is don't standing on this step, so
Yeah.
we need to go. We need to go to the future, you know.
We need to go to we are in the future already, by the way.
We are in the
And it's
future now.
accelerating very quickly, I would
Yeah,
say. Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
I hope so.
which, by the way, leads me to my next kind of question. And this, I promise, is the last one in this sense. Um, how do you see AI in art? I mean, what do you see AI as a kind of a catalyst to allowing people to become more creative, or do you see it as
Yeah,
a
I think so. I think AI is more. It's a very useful thing. So you can make some sketches to find some ideas, and I don't afraid that I will stop my profession after AI. So I think it's a good tool. It's a good tool to make some new things. So we need to discover, and all the artists need to be now as in the future.
you don't see it as a threat to traditional artists
No,
whatsoever?
no,
Okay.
no. I think we need to
Okay.
discover and help to make it better,
That's really good that
as a tool. Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, that's really good that you say it because I know a lot of the artists they like the tool, but at the same time they're a bit scared that, it's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
undermine
I
some of
I
the
think they're afraid of that.
yeah, absolutely. I think you're getting that quite a bit over the years. And I wanted to ask you also, in terms of your art in general and when you got started, were there any kind of actual artists, whether they're living or dead, that kind of inspired you to create certain pieces of art, or that still inspire you today? Any of the classic artists, or from either your country or well-known global artists as well that inspire you?
My father an artist, so he very inspired me. But he's more traditional artist. So he make landscapes, oil paintings, in oil painting technique, and make the portraits or something else. But he inspired me every time um, from my first years.
From your first years, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But he always talked to me that I need to find my profession as a lawyer or as economist. Don't go to be an artist, because you always be fear, because you don't and you can't find your inspiration, and so you have all the problems with the money to buy the tools and others. So, but this life came this way.
Do you feel like a lot of that uh, kind of drove you even more to go into the art scene? The fact that, you heard your father saying that at a very young age, but at the same time you also admire him because he was, you know, in and of itself an artist.
Now I talk to my kids that go to be an artist, go to be an and a programmist, and you can mix everything your life and just try to find something that where can you can be happy only. So I think it's the most important thing. So make everything what you want, and if you can find what is more interesting, so you will never walk again
Yeah,
because
I can
yeah.
totally see that. And what if there's something that maybe if you look now, maybe 5, 10 years from now, um, what are
In the future, you
in the
mean?
future, yeah. Well, backwards you can also look, but I think your history is already very interesting, and it led you to be where you are today, which is great. If you look down the road, what is something that you would like to still do as an artist that you haven't yet done? Is it kind of that exhibition? Is it something bigger, having your art kind of in more hotels maybe, or maybe creating a hotel with projects? I don't know. Uh,
Oh,
but
I think I think it's one of the interesting things. It will be to work with other hotels. I think it's a good experience because you dive inside the space, and so when if you have a chance to live there, maybe 1 week or 10 days, so you can understand because the hotel it's also the art because you need to receive to the people some sense of the space. So and it's always be a very interesting process
for
and
so,
experience also. As for me, it's very interesting,
yeah, I
and
know
the
that
project also
100%,
also.
and that's why I also want to learn a little bit more. For somebody that's completely have clueless about the
And
hospitality industry.
interesting doing some special houses. So last year I finished the design project in center of London in Regent Park. So I
In
made a
Regent's
design
Park.
project
That's
in
that's where
Regent
that's
Park.
where I studied, by the way. I studied at Regent's University. I did my master's at Regent's. Yeah.
Oh,
So I'm very familiar
yeah,
with Regent's Park.
it's very beautiful place.
That's where the
So
Fritz art fair is also. Yeah. Yeah. So
because it's near the
what
country.
exactly were you doing at Regent's?
I've done a design project in the house and also make the paintings for this.
That's
So if you're
awesome.
interested, I can send you some pictures
I
because
would I would love to. Yeah.
because now I'm trying not to post it on Instagram because I hope that make some exclusive publication about it because it's perfect experience and
Oh,
very interesting, you know.
awesome. We would love to see that 100%. Um, well, I've learned definitely a lot today. I can't wait to obviously see what the future holds because I think that I definitely see us getting involved in the hotel side of things in the near future. I would say, it's a like as you say, it's an art in and of itself. And I think for me at least what I would suspect is the most interesting part about just art itself in hotels and the hotel itself is that you create such a unique experience, for the guests there, and a very memorable one as well. And the fact that you have art there, you really associate kind of the art that's in there with with the hotel itself. So I think that's one avenue that we would love to eventually be a part of, and if we can go at it in some way, shape, or form together, whether that's on the art scene, on the architectural side, whatever it may be, that would be really, really, really interesting. Last question I wanted to ask, Alexei, in terms of kind of all of if you mix all of the projects that you've done and kind of your architectural history, your background with Russia, now in Belize, the historical part of your dad also being an artist, wanting you to become a lawyer, your kids also inspired by what you're doing. How would you like to be remembered as an artist? If you were to kind of summarize everything in one sentence, if you could, or even so one word, how would you like your collectors to remember you. You know, if they see one of your works, whether it's at Regent's Park or at the next Projects Hotel in the near future, you never know, right? What would you like to tell everyone if they see, you know, that's the work, you know, of Alexei Yurtov. You know, that's he was known for XYZ.
I think it's one of the best way that they need to remember me. It's like positive emotions that I stay after my life, after what I'm doing. And when you see the positive shapes, lines, and colors, so it's make the life in a peace, in a kindness, and a life.
That's beautiful. Really, really good. And again, that's how
Thank
I see
you.
your work anyway. So I think that's a perfect way to obviously sum it up. And for everyone that's watching, what's if they're interested in one of your works, you know, aside from projects, what are your what would be the best website, or do you have a personal website that you want to share and your Instagram, where they can view your
I,
works?
I I think it's better way to share my Instagram, and
Yeah,
also I have a web page, but there is a lot of old works, so I need to remake
update.
it because I'm planning to make an English version and Georgian version in Georgian language because a lot of customers now I have in this country, so I want to change it.
And you speak English, Georgian, and
Uh,
Russian, right?
yeah.
Okay. No,
English little bit
English
French.
great. No, English is really good. Really, I mean
No.
it. I don't just say it as a compliment. I mean it. We really
And
had a.
also, I hope to learn Georgian language, but it's very hard to learn
I
it.
heard. I did hear
Yeah,
that. Yeah, it must be
yeah,
really
it's
tricky.
very
Huh?
ancient and
Yeah.
hard language.
Awesome. Well, we will put your Instagram handle anyways on the bio of this video as well. So again, anyone watching that want to reach out to Alexei directly through Instagram, or of course you can always reach out to us directly as well. Alexei, it's been absolutely amazing talking to you. You have great
Oh,
vibes.
thank you
I
so
love your
much. It's for
paintings.
me.
Love what you're
It's
doing
for
with the
me.
hotels. And I'm very much looking forward to doing something with you in the near future. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Thank you so much. You know.
Thank you.
Follow us to support our artists and join Plojix today if you are looking to gain exposure. We welcome all artists to apply to our gallery using the link in our bio.